Hey y'all, welcome. We're in Galveston, Texas on a beautiful day here in January 2023 at Jamaica Beach RV Resort, and guess what? We're winging it.
Welcome to 2023. Wait, what?
What? Yeah.
Somebody got not just one haircut, but all his hair's cut.
Woo! Yeah.
And that's not the only change we have in store for 2023. We got a big announcement coming at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But in this video, we're going to do our 2022 year in review, and also how our travels in 2022 have impacted how we plan to travel in 2023. So sit back, relax, and hey, let's wing it. Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Stacie.
I'm Tom, and we're RV Texas, y'all.
We are native Texans and full-time RVers who are all about exploring the great state of Texas and beyond, one campground at a time. We're on a mission to experience life, not just live it, and we're bringing you along for the fun.
In 2018, we sold our house, our business, and got rid of most everything we owned to hit the road and see America. Our home is a 33-foot RV named Freedom. We installed an extreme solar and lithium setup, so now we can just about live anywhere with our dog Star and our cat Astro.
Every day is a new adventure, so join us as we RV America, y'all. Okay, before we get started, let's quickly review the rules of Wingin' It. We set the timer on my phone for 15 minutes. We talk about the topic. When the timer goes off, we wrap things up. This is completely unedited, unscripted, and you get what you get. Threw him off a little bit on the timing. All right, 15 minutes on the clock. We're winging it. It's been a little while since we've done a Wingin' It episode. Or any episode.
Yep.
Thank you for your patience. We appreciate y'all sticking with us while we took a little bit of a break here during the holidays. But yeah, 2022 was an amazing year for us travel-wise.
Yeah, it was the most travel we'd ever done since really in our lifetime, but obviously since we've gone full-time. And that's why we wanted to talk about it and kind of tell you a little bit about that. So Stacie's got some statistics here that she wants to give you the rundown. And on this, we're going to put this on the website too. So if you want to go back or go to our website, rvtexasyall.com, we'll have all this in detail on the site.
Yeah, so if you miss any numbers or something you're interested in, you can find it there.
Yeah.
But overall, we winter here, at Jamaica Beach RV Resort, as always. And we left here on March 1st of 2022. And we got back here beginning of November 2022. So we had 8 months of solid, constant travel.
Wow.
In that 8 months, we traveled a little bit over 5,500 miles. We stayed in 10 states. Our average travel day was about 138 miles per day.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was nice. We moved 45 times, meaning we moved the RV to a different campground 45 times.
So basically, this is our house. So it's like we moved 45 times. That's crazy.
That's
when you think about it.
And you figure, 8 months, that's about 32 weeks. So 45 times to move in 32 weeks. It's a lot.
That's a lot.
We averaged 5 nights per stay. Our most common length of stay was 7 nights. We did that 12 times. And our least common length of stay was 1 night, which we only did 3 times, thankfully. We don't really like those single overnighters.
Yeah, that's very interesting too, but because a lot of people will stop one night at a Harvest Host or somewhere to get to another place, and it was kind of crazy that we only did that 3 times.
Yeah, in fact, we did. Yeah, in fact, I'm not even sure we didn't stay at a Harvest Host this year, which is unusual.
We had several scheduled throughout the year, but our plans changed. Like we tell people, our plans are always in pencil, and they were drastically this year. And so all those Harvest Hosts ended up getting changed, and we didn't get to stay at any.
Right. So where we did stay, over the course of that 8 months, we stayed in 20 RV parks, 8 state parks, 4 fairgrounds, event centers, cultural centers, that type of thing. 2 river authority parks, which if you're not familiar with a river authority park, in Texas, we have not only state parks and city and county parks and Corps of Engineer parks, but we have something called a river authority park, which the closest I can explain it is it's always on water, like a Corps of Engineer park. But if an RV resort and a state park had a baby, it would be a river authority park. So we
They're
stayed
nice.
So we stayed in 2 of those. We stayed in 2 city or county parks. We stayed in 2 national recreation or national monument parks. We stayed in 1 Corps of Engineer park, and we spent 1 night at a friend's house. Hey, Howard and Betty.
Hey!
And also in the course of the 8 months, we visited 3 national parks, 5 national monuments, 2 national historic sites, 1 national recreation area. We went to 3 rallies.
Yep.
And we checked some things. Oh, those 3 rallies, by the way, were in 3 different states.
Yeah.
And 3 different types of rallies.
Yeah.
And we checked some things off our bucket list. We went back to Balloon Fiesta in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We got to ride the Durango Silverton train, which was awesome.
Awesome.
We visited the several national parks and monuments. We got to attend the College World Series again, which we did one time years ago, but this time our son and his girlfriend flew up and met us. That was fantastic. And we got to spend about 2 weeks in Moab. So that was awesome.
Yes, it was. And we're giving you all these statistics to kind of tell you, we feel like we did too much.
Right.
You know, this was a year where I guess when you're part-time and you're not full-timing and you take a vacation and you go somewhere for a week or 2 weeks, you totally immerse yourself in there, and those memories just etch on your brain solidly. But when you're seeing place after place after place after place and just going for 8 straight months.
And a lot of it is amazing.
Most of it was amazing. I mean, we had an incredible time and wouldn't trade it. It's just a lot of it's kind of foggy. It's really tough to remember one place from the other because we just did a boom, 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 boom. Because when you get into like places like Colorado and Utah, it's a stunning view around every corner, around every turn. The history is incredible. Yeah, but it's tough to remember, was this in Moab or was this in
Cortez?
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, so what's your take?
Well, I mean, you know, I think we had always planned, and we've talked about this in a lot of videos over the years. We've now been full-time for over 4 years, living in the RV, and we have always said that we felt like a week at a time would be the perfect length of stay for us. And we've done that in little short spurts here and there over all of these years. But what we didn't realize before this year was every year looking back that we've been full-time, something has always happened somewhere along the way so that we end up staying in some places longer than a week at a time. So this year was the first year out of our 4+ years on the road now that we actually did travel as we had originally intended, which was, you know, basically 7 days in so many places, move on. And like I said, it ended up averaging 5 nights stay. But yeah, it was a lot. And the thing for me that I was surprised by was it went great for about the first 4 months.
Yeah.
We were loving everywhere we went. We were able to keep up with our list of what we wanted to do and see and share with you guys over the time that we were there. When the end of the week came, we were ready and excited to move on to the next place. About 4 months in, we really started to get, I guess I could explain it as like a travel fatigue, you know? Think of it like if you go on vacation and you do go to a new place and you've got this list of things you want to see, check off. At the end of the week, you need a vacation from your vacation.
Well, it was like going to Disney World for 8 straight months. And you know how that is. You go to Disney World for a week, you take the family, and you're exhausted by the end of that time because you wanted to see and do all the rides and do everything. And it was like that for 8 months. But one of the takes that I think was what we did perfectly, and that was the way Stacie planned it, and we even had to change it midway through, but the way she planned it to where we didn't drive, long distances between places. So, I mean, fuel prices were really, really high. So we kept those fuel, we didn't have to use a lot of fuel. And, I mean, on the average, like she said, it was 120-some days.
138 miles per travel day.
Per travel day, but there were a lot of travel days much less than that.
Yeah.
And so it was really nice. In fact, we had problems in some places that we couldn't check out till the last minute to check out because the place we're checking in, we were going to get there too early.
So we would kind of take a leisurely drive, stop at the rest stop, stretch our legs, even if we were only going 60 miles,
yeah,
just to burn some time, which was actually kind of nice.
Yeah, that was far less stressful. So that part of it, I think, was outstanding.
Yeah.
Perfect. Strongly recommend that. If you're going full time and you're planning your trips, try to plan it in a pattern that makes sense, so you don't have to travel very long to go from place to place. There's so many things to see in America that, believe me, every 50, 60, 70 miles you travel, believe me, there's going to be something else that's fascinating to see or some small town to go to. So that worked out great.
And what we really, this year, we were so impressed. We got to see some amazing bucket list national parks. And those videos haven't come out yet. We have so much footage still to share with you guys. You've only seen just a small portion of our 2022 travel so far. So make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned for all of these coming videos. But yeah, we got to see some amazing places like Rocky Mountain National Park and Arches National Park. But we really enjoyed the national monuments. We got to go to several national monuments this year, and really, in my opinion, sometimes those were as amazing as some of the national parks that we've been to. They're just less visited.
Yeah, it's hard to tell the difference in some cases.
Yeah.
And I guess their next step, some of those could become national parks.
Right.
But yeah, they really showed it.
So make sure when you're traveling, to include those national monuments on your visits, because we had a fantastic time at places like Scottsbluff National Monument in Nebraska and Colorado National Monument in, Colorado. And several others that we went to. But yeah, it was just an incredible year. Tons of really great towns that we visited. One thing we really have discovered this year after traveling like we did was that we really, and we knew this, but this really brought it home to us this year, we really love visiting the small towns and spending time getting to know people in the towns and learning about the history of the towns and visiting the little, community museums and the mom and pop restaurants and shops. And there's just so much to be learned from even having that experience outside of big parks.
Right. Some of these small towns have been passed up by the railroad. The railroad went through it. That's what made the town. But now the railroads don't go through them anymore. The major highway has been rerouted and doesn't go through them, but they all have a story. And, a lot of y'all have expressed to us you really do enjoy the history that we bring out in those. And we want to do more of those. That's what kind of something going forward in 2023 we want to try to do, is bring more of those small towns and maybe breweries and stuff like that, history
kind
to
of
the
the
town.
overlooked places that a lot of people don't even realize are there. Yeah. We found places this year that we did not really know anything about or even know that they were on the map until we got there.
Yeah.
And that is part of what doing those short travel days did for us this year, is we stopped in places that probably in a lot of years past we would have driven by to get to another point of interest. And I really liked that.
Oh, for sure. But with that, going into 2023 here, we know that this year we've got to change our role, and because average of 5 days is not enough.
It's not enough.
Because it literally kind of, drove us a little crazy after a little while. It was tough to keep up with, and you know, we're filming and everything else, so it may be a little bit different if you're full-time and not worrying about YouTube and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But for us, it was too much. So this year, we're definitely going to slow it down. We're still going to travel. We're still going to go places, but we want to stay places longer.
Yes.
You know, and enjoy those places longer, because the longer we're there, the more history we're learning about it, the more we can live like a local.
The more off the beaten path stuff we're finding.
Oh yeah.
You know, and yeah, that is the thing. You know, it's real easy to get planning fatigue when you are traveling as much as we were. And you know, when we became full-timers, we really went into it thinking we are not going to travel like we're on vacation, because we're not on vacation. This is our lifestyle. This is our everyday. We've got time. But there's so many places to see and go, and it's just easy to get pulled into that. Oh, wait, we need to go here, and we need to go here, and we need to go here. Squirrel!
Yeah, and we felt like that's what we said this year, or last year, 2022. We felt like we were on vacation for 8 months.
Yeah.
And that, again, like Stacie said, we don't want to feel like we're on vacation. We want to see places like we're on vacation, but we want to live like a local. We want to be able to put roots in a little bit and meet a few folks and see what makes that area special.
Right.
And you know,
And share it with you.
And share it with you. And that is something we're definitely going to do this year.
Yes, absolutely. Another thing was, moving that quickly like we did, as we got further into it, it became harder to take the time while we were in one place to look ahead to the next place, to figure out what's neat to see and do. And so, you know, getting that content, and really for us ourselves personally experiencing the places, became more of a challenge. Now for 2023, we are going to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
We do want to dive a little deeper into the places that we go. As always, we'd love to hear y'all's recommendations on places that you've been, which you feel like are worth spending a little time in. And because we haven't even, that's another thing. We were so kind of exhausted coming off of the road that we haven't even done our normal planning at this point for 2023, and it's got me a little concerned because we're behind where we normally are at this point.
But our major announcement that we wanted to let y'all know, we've already let our patrons and everything know on Patreon.
Our posse, yep.
Our posse is that we are stopping Patreon. We are no longer going to be on Patreon and have that platform.
So if you see in our older videos now for the last several years, when we have our social media bar come up that says, you know, shows the icons of everywhere that we're active, disregard that one, because we are no longer active on Patreon as of now.
It was tough. We didn't like how it was interacting with them and us, and it's another platform for people to go to. So most people, our posse that was on Patreon, they don't really use Patreon to communicate with us, and we really thought it would work a better way.
Well, and it was just tough for everybody.
It was tough for us, and
so we want to thank our posse for all these years of support. And all of y'all out there, I mean, we could not be here without you guys cheering us on the entire time. So thank you for all of that. We really appreciate you.
We also want to say thank you to all of our corporate sponsors of partnerships.
Our partnerships,
which is National Indoor RV Centers,
Jamaica Beach RV
Resort. And Toppers RV.
Fantastic people.
Yes.
We choose the people that we're going to bring into the RV Texas Y'all family to support our content and our website. And these guys are folks we've all known for many years that we trust, we use, and we consider them very close friends. And so we appreciate them being part of the family to help bring you this content.
Yep. So, yeah, stick with us. Who knows? We may do the YouTube membership. We don't even know what that really is. We may figure it out. We don't know. But as of right now, we don't have anything on Patreon.
The most important thing for us is we're going to continue to travel. We're going to continue to find these fantastic little gems and share them with you.
Yes.
And as always, please leave us a comment and let us, give us some ideas on where to go and places that you'd like to see, maybe places you've been. And yeah, it's going to be a big year, y'all.
Oh, we're also starting up our
podcast is starting up
podcast
again.
start up again. We have 4 episodes in the can
That
already.
we actually filmed while we were traveling, but that was another thing to hard to
We
keep
didn't
up
film
with.
them.
Recorded.
Recorded them, and we just haven't put them out there. We're going to start putting out there. We should have one right before we release this video.
And of course, the easiest way to keep up with podcasts, videos, anything else that we might put out there during the week is to sign up for our newsletter. We send 1 newsletter a week, typically, never more than that. And so you can go to our website. I'll put a link in the description if you'd like to sign up for that as an easy way to keep track of all of our new content.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a big year. Can't wait to share it all with you. Can't wait to share everything else that we've filmed this year that hasn't made it to video yet. Great places coming up both in Texas and outside. So until next time, y'all, thank you so much for an amazing 2022. We cannot wait for 2023. Best of luck in this new year. Best of health. We'll see you next time. Safe travels.
And happy camping.
Bye.
Bye.